I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder. Hello, welcome back to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, and I have my dear friend Lisa Ebersole here today, and she is a writer, producer, director, actor. Correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
And last week I heard a good term, which is I'm a slasher. It's
Yes.
writer slash director slash.
You're a slasher.
Slasher.
Of
Better
all
than
the things.
I'm a slasher of all things.
Yes, and
Except people.
yes, and you're a healer.
Yes.
You have lots of things.
Yeah, I do. I'm an entrepreneur. I have
Yeah.
a healing business. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, well, we're going to hear about it all. So I don't ask very many questions
Yes.
here, except when did you get the click? But it sounds like you've had a lot of clicks. But I like to start from the beginning. I don't just ask like a lot of different. I like to know where you're from, how you got to LA, like the whole scenario of how you became a slasher.
Yes. I can't wait.
Yes. Okay. So where are you from?
I am from Washington, DC.
Okay. Yeah.
And for the DC people, I'm from DC proper, not suburbs, like downtown, born and raised.
Oh, great. Like close to the GW and all the schools.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Across
right
DuPont
there.
Circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told someone where I lived the other day, and he was like, that's kind of an old people building. And it was. My parents liked to walk. They didn't want to use the car. So we lived in a building where you didn't have to do that.
I love that. That's so New York,
Yeah,
right?
it was
I mean,
very
it's
New York.
Very New York.
And I was in New York for a long time
Yeah.
after that. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So you grew up there. Did you go to high school there? Everything there?
Everything. Nursery school, elementary school, high school. I was there 0 to 18.
Wow. And then what about after that?
I started college at the University of Miami,
Okay.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was incredible because I think it's the only school where you can take underwater photography
All right.
as a course.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I see all those cool ones with dogs and all this like
Yeah.
fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got scuba certified over spring break so I could take the summer underwater photography class.
Amazing.
Yeah. And photography was actually my first click of,
I didn't even know that.
yeah, in high school. I was not a good student. There's hope.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, Gary Vee says don't even go to college. So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was not a good student. So photography was the first thing that I was really good at in high school. And it was not considered a career by my high school. But then I got to University of Miami, and there was a guy running the program from Rochester Institute of Technology, which is like the best photo school in the world.
oh, wow.
And he definitely saw photography as a career. And I, for the first time, was like, oh, maybe this is what I am. This is what I do. It's not just a hobby. Maybe this is my career.
It's a huge career. Look,
Yeah.
we're looking at Gray Mailing
Yeah.
photograph
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
You know, Clark's is in-house care. I mean, it's a huge career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I transferred to NYU thinking like, okay, New York for photography. And I was working for a photographer, a still life photographer,
Oh.
and as his studio intern. Super fun job in the Prada building on Broadway. It was like the dream. Like I just moved to New York.
Wow.
Internship. Yeah. And he said, we had lunch together every day. His whole studio was like family lunch. And he was like, you're at one of the best film schools in the country. Photography is becoming increasingly video. So really, you should do a film class before you leave. And I didn't do it. And then my last semester, I thought of what he'd said, and it's like now or never. And I walked into that film class, and it was like, oh, photography and writing, which were my two majors,
Yeah.
equal film. So that was click number 2.
That is amazing that
Yeah.
he took the time to say that.
And speak the entrepreneurial part of it. One of the things he said to me when he hired me, he was like, you're going to see how a photo studio runs, but more important than that, you're going to be part of a small business. And at the time I didn't really I was like, okay, but he really I saw how a 6-person business in a loft in Soho functioned and made money. And I was careering things all over the city to different magazines and brands. And, I was kind of a gopher, but they also really taught me by making me a part of the company.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I want to say that. You're
Yeah.
part of the company.
Yeah. No, it was really because
small business. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that. I thought I was there to learn, what a photographer's life looks like. And
Yeah.
you said a photographer's life is, if you're me, is running a small business.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. So then you got your film class, and what happened
Yeah.
after that? You fell in love?
I fell in love with film and I was graduating. So I needed a way to continue making films and get paid. And I answered an ad on NYU Career Services for a startup website that did not yet exist, but it was animated movies to teach kids how their body works, like a movie about your hair, a movie about your eyes, a movie about your hearing.
Oh.
And they had me write a sample script, How Does Hair Grow? And it's a boy talking to his robot. And at the time, I was babysitting a ton of kids. So what I knew how to do, but didn't realize was of value, was talk to kids, like level to level, not talk down to kids. And I got a call from the guy the next day, and he said, your script, you're the only one that sounds like it's a kid talking. So come work for us. And
wow.
that was
the
my job.
babysitting paid off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. The man who founded that company, I had the opportunity to make a retirement video for him the other day. And it was one of the things I said.
God.
Oh, yeah. He's been in my life for 27 years. He taught me that having an awareness of my childhood and the ability to connect with kids was a valuable thing to have.
Asset.
Not just a random, like, oh, I like kids. No, he was like, because seeing the world through the eyes of a child is what we're all trying to do.
Oh,
and it's the hardest thing to do.
beautiful.
Right?
Wow.
So, yeah.
So how long were you there?
I was there full time for 8 years. It went from
8 years.
employee number 3 up to, by the time I left, probably 300 in multiple countries. And I ran the writing department. I made coffee. The startup of it is always funny. I was thinking today, we needed to hire a COO at one point, and I was 25 at the time. So I had on my little like Lisa Power outfit, but the table in our office was broken. So I remember the interview and like the whole day, I'm like, leaning on the table, like, so interesting what you're saying, just because I didn't want it to like
to be
yeah. People had drinks, and it's like you don't want to go to work for a place that the
table's broken. Oh my gosh,
the table was broken, but everyone there was doing the right thing and knew that what we were making was valuable and meaningful.
Yeah. It's personal. I love doing this because I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, for years and years.
Now I know.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay, what happened after that? How'd you get to LA then?
I continued making films in New York, and I had started doing theater because a couples therapist, I was in a relationship at the time, she said, you guys need to plan date nights.
Oh.
So I found this was click, I guess, number 3. I went to an off-Broadway play with my boyfriend at the time and just left feeling like, whatever this is, I want to do it.
Wow.
And I called the owner of the theater the next day. I like to call people. I don't care.
She just
call you.
She does. She's just like, hello. Nobody does that anymore.
I know. I still do it.
Yeah. That is successful. Pro tip, again, right there.
It shocks people a little bit. Like, wait, you're calling the head of business affairs? Because I have a question.
Just make a phone call, guys.
We're people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I called him and I said, "Oh, the play at your theater was incredible." I remember he was on the train to Yale because I guess he was teaching there, and he was like, "So, what are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm a writer director." I said, "Okay, come to the writing class." And in the writing class, a lady had written a scene for 4 women. It was like a saucy book club scene.
Oh.
And there were only 3 actresses. So I figured, oh, he's just going to put one of the guys in. And he said, no. It's got to be Lisa. Go do the scene. And I did the scene, and I went out afterwards, he said, come here. And he took me into the hall because he always gave like private notes so people didn't hear them.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the respectful way to do it. And I remember him going, you're a better actor than you are a writer. And I had no idea. I was 26 years old. 0 idea that I even had that in me.
Oh, no way. And then did you,
well,
were you like,
I was like, well, what? I'm old. Aren't I supposed to have like wanted to do theater from the time I was 6 or whatever?
Yeah, like little, yeah.
And so he just said, well, why don't you just write a play and write a part for you in it?
Oh, just write it, just casually, just write a play.
Yeah. So 6 months later, I'd written a play, and I had written like the Lisa part in the play, and I didn't play that. I gave that to a more experienced actor in the group, and I played like the bad girl, and it was so fun.
Oh.
And the play was a Critic's Choice by Time Out New York, and suddenly I was a playwright, director, actor on stage in New York City.
What? Amazing. Suddenly just had it,
Because a couples therapist said, plan a date night. And I went to a $15 play with my boyfriend.
See? Just say yes.
Yeah. Just like,
just do it. You just never know, right?
You think, like, I remember that night, it was really cold and rainy, and I so wanted to not go. And he was in Brooklyn. Like, I had our office for the startup was in the city at that point. And I remember calling him, and he was like, can we just come home? Like, it's freezing.
Yeah, we'll just
what is this,
earlier.
like, random play? And I was like, no, we have to go. Our relationship, we have
on
to.
the line.
Yeah, and so he's like, oh, fine.
Yeah.
It takes the subway. And he also, I will say to his credit, we're still good friends. It was, like, transformational for him, too. He didn't want to be a playwright, but he got it and said, you should do that.
What?
Yeah, this was really good, and I hate almost everything. That was kind of his
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah.
That is unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after that, what else happened next? How
I
did you
did
decide to come out?
12 more I did
Wait,
a lot
12
of
more
plays.
plays in New
Yeah.
York?
Yeah. Some were full length, some were monologue shows, some were short,
Whoa.
plays. And the last one was a play called Mother that I wrote after my dad died, actually. And here's another good, you're going to like this. Another good entrepreneur tip. I was looking at the ticket receipts from my second play, Brother, and I saw the name Buck Henry. And I thought, wait a minute, like Buck Henry from The Graduate, like Academy Award nominee, and like SNL. Is this really who this is, or is just someone giving that name?
Yeah, same name, yeah.
And I saw the owner at the theater, and I was like, did Buck Henry come to my play tonight? And he said, oh yeah, I love Buck. We're friends. He saw it in the New York Times and came. He saw the review. So I'd paid a publicist, first of all, to get that New York Times review, because the first play that was in Time Out New York did not get a Times review. They refused to come or whatever. So I got the Times review. He came to the play.
Whoa.
I found, this is going to date me, but the white pages and yellow pages still got like dropped off at the bottom of your building. And I had to walk up 5 flights of stairs with these giant things. And I found his number in the white pages.
Whoa.
And his address. And I wasn't going to be crazy and call him, but I wrote him a letter, a handwritten letter, thanking him for coming to the play.
That is...
And inviting him to the reading of my new play, obviously. And this is the funniest part. He wrote me back a handwritten letter to say he very much enjoyed my play, but he didn't possibly have time to come to my reading. However, if I did another production, he would be there. And I wrote the dad part in my play Mother. I wrote it for him. And he ended up playing it.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cry.
4 years later.
I'm going to cry over that. That is so amazing.
And he was the same age as my dad.
That is like such a
born
manifest.
1930. And it was, he was we went to a lot of theater together. He was funny and also just like didn't have any problem telling me, he's like, how can you be a playwright and not go to theater? Because at the time I was like doing my own thing, but I wasn't going. And he would go 4 or 5 nights a week. And so I started doing that because
Wow.
even if the play was terrible, which a lot of them are, I would start redirecting it in my head. Like, okay,
Wow.
I would be, the reason this isn't working is, you know, here's one reason. And what if this person that I knew were in that part instead of that actor? And so it's an education beyond the experience, which
Wow.
can be incredible and can be like, oh my God, when is it over? But it didn't matter because the bad plays I learned from probably more. The others I enjoyed, but I learned from the
Yeah.
ones that were not quite working.
Oh my gosh, you just go for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that all happened.
Yeah, that all happened. And then, but I was still kind of, I'd left the startup by then and I was freelancing, doing marketing stuff, but really wanted to make writing my career.
Yeah.
And I'd been out to LA a few times and kind of like done 2 to 4 week Craigslist before Airbnb.
Yeah, like
Back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah, some lady left me her lizard to take care of for the week, which is not my favorite Craigslist experience. But I'd been kind of flirting with the idea of coming out here. And then on one of the trips, I met a guy who then became my boyfriend. And I wasn't willing to move to LA for a guy, so I applied to grad school at UCLA.
Oh.
And I applied to Juilliard. By then I decided, okay, I can't just be me doing this. I need, you know, the backing of some larger,
Some training.
yeah, in an institution. I need somebody to have my back. So those were my ideas: UCLA, Juilliard. And I got down to the finals at Juilliard 2 years in a row and didn't get chosen. But the second year I had met him and I'd applied to UCLA and I got in. And
That's how.
Same.
Okay.
yeah.
And you've stayed in LA.
I've stayed in LA.
Yeah.
I do love it. Took a long time to love it. I was definitely running back to New York every couple months at first.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I just miss the energy. I mean, New York is a different radio frequency. Now I've changed.
Yeah.
Now I'm like LA woo woo to the max.
Yeah.
But back then I was still like constant stimulation. I need, you know, people around me going places fast.
Yeah. New York.
So this was kind of like, what? Like, where is everybody? Where's the, you know, million things to choose from every moment?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you got here, you got through UCLA.
I went to grad school and I went to grad school for screenwriting and I loved the people I met in the program. The professors were great. I discovered that I didn't want to be just a writer. Like who I am is a slasher.
Yeah.
And what can I say?
you-
It's all the things.
Yeah.
So my last semester at UCLA, web series had kind of started being a thing by then. And I wrote a web series, an independent study with the playwriting teacher who was like, I don't know what you're doing, but okay, go ahead. I wrote it. It was it's called 37 Problems. It's on Amazon. It's about a 37-year-old single woman who finds out she has one egg left.
Yeah.
And whether or not she's going to become a mom becomes something she has to deal with immediately.
Yeah.
And I crowdfunded on Seed and Spark, another entrepreneur's website, to raise the money to make it, and made it myself in Venice with actor friends and neighbors. Yeah, and I was able to sell it and license it. It's on Amazon. It's on Elizabeth Banks' channel, and that was, even though, you know, I think the actor thing for me, I think I finally have convinced myself I'm a good actor. Like that, because it came so late and because I was giving myself the roles. I think for a long time it was hard to, like, every time I would feel like, am I just kidding myself?
No.
Like, is this, but I didn't, but 37 Problems, it's like I can go watch it anytime and like, no, that's good.
Yeah.
But like the plays, they end and they're just they're like evaporated.
Yeah, you're just like,
yeah,
I don't know.
like, I don't know, you know, kind of, I think so. People seem to like it, but having like having, you know, a lasting product that I can watch. I still get nervous, by the way, every single time, but I think I've crossed the, like, I'm scared I'm a bad actor off the list of concerns.
You're great. I mean, that's what Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
I mean, genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
To create her roles, you know. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so then you did that.
Yeah.
And you're teaching too.
Yeah,
You're
I was
doing some
teaching, running around Southern California teaching. And the teaching I liked, but I didn't love the running around Southern California. And I started going to a women entrepreneurs group, which is where we met.
This is where we know each other.
And I remember there was a lady in the group, and I was complaining about the driving and whatever, my drive to Burbank. And I remember she just said, well, just be a coach. And I was like, what? She's like, well, yeah, you don't have to drive if you're a coach. You know, you do it on Zoom. And this is before the pandemic. And I was like, what is she even talking about? And a year later, I launched my coaching business.
Yeah.
Which was exactly that. But it's, again, like listening to people and taking something that feels like, what is this person even talking about? And like, okay, well, let me see. Let me take the next step.
Next indicated action.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so I still continue to coach, not as much as I did back then, but I have a lot of fun with my clients, and I have to say, I think I give much more value one-on-one than I was ever able to give in a classroom.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get to know them. And like, you know,
you're very invested. You're amazing. You really care.
I do. So, like, their project, like I have as much invested in it being great as they do.
Yeah. Aren't you helping someone to change their book to a screenplay?
Yeah. 2 people now.
Yes.
One who wrote a novel.
Which is so amazing.
A doctor. She's not a novelist.
People can just write a novel. Wow.
Just like, oh, I wrote this murder mystery. I'm like,
well,
I'll read it.
Yeah, it's really
She said, I don't know what to do with it. It's really good. And I'm not even a murder mystery person, but suddenly.
Yeah, well, she's very
put
bright.
That thing down.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, well, what are you going to do with this? I don't know. I'd love it to be a TV series. Like, all right, well, that I can probably help you with.
Yeah.
So that's been super fun too.
So you were doing that, and then you wrote your own.
I did.
Yeah.
I wrote, so my latest film is, if anyone's from the DMV, by which I mean DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yes.
You know about Beach Week if you were there in the 90s. So Beach Week is like senior week in Dewey Beach, Delaware. And we all went, and it was like the whole year. You're planning for this thing.
Plan for Beach Week.
Oh yeah, it's all about Beach Week. But my movie is about 4 43-year-old former high school best friends who go back to Dewey for Beach Week 30 years later because one has died. And her dying wish is that they go on a treasure hunt for $3 million. But they only get the money if they all do it together. So it's her way of bonding them together and reminding them what they mean to each other.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I know. I missed your reading. I was out of the country.
Well, there'll be another.
There'll be another. Yeah. But you're going to make your film.
And I'm going to make the movie.
Yes.
But it's even that. I first pitched some version of that. It was like a runaway bride version of Beach Week at UCLA. And it was kind of like, you know, everyone always liked Beach Week. It was fun to hear about and talk about, but I didn't really find a way in. And then a guy who I had founded a New York City writers group with, this beloved writers group that I attended every year for every week for 12 years, passed away.
Wow.
And I went to his memorial and was really aware, like, oh, he was the one thing connecting to me.
He was the glue.
And I like in the memorial was looking around thinking, without him, like that whole community goes away unless I start making a real effort. And I call the woman who he had left, kind of bequeathed it to. I called her that day, and I said, like, I want to continue to be a part of this. I'm in LA, and she's now one of my closest friends.
Aww.
But he unlocked Beach Week.
Yeah, with the glue thing.
Yeah,
that you
he
said.
like that awareness.
Because that's where you put in that the friend died.
Yeah, and that made it have meaning that it didn't have before.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not just the people, it's also the thing that really hit me was like, I mean, I went every Wednesday night for 12 years, and none of my other friends, from life were in that group. So it's like
A whole new group
there's
that you saw every week.
yeah, and there's like a version of me that these people know that nobody else knows.
Oh.
And that was almost like, oh, like I'm not okay with losing them, and I'm not okay with losing that Lisa in her 20s in New York City.
Oh.
And I will if I don't make an effort and connect.
Mm.
So yeah, I went to Sundance and slept in a room with 6 people to be a part of the group on bunk beds and all kinds of stuff. But we had a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's about.
Experience together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't wait for that. So you're doing that.
I'm doing that.
And then you do some rainbow healing.
Yeah. So rainbow healing is, well, what's interesting about it, speaking of clicks, is the name came from my brother. I have twin nieces who are now about to turn 6. But when they were 4, my brother asked them what they wanted to be when they grew up. And one of them said, I want to be a rainbow. Oh. And all the adults were like, because, I mean, she thinks she can be a rainbow.
Wow.
And it just...
A 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because nobody's told her she can't be.
Mm.
And that's what rainbow healing is about. Getting back to those like limitless possibilities that were in you and just have gotten buried under a bunch of crap.
Yeah. Well, your whole thing that you've always been able to connect with kids.
Yeah. Well, so that happened with her. And then I found my nursery school report card. And this completely blew me away. Because, like, if you asked me what you did ask me, when did I get interested in film? I would have said, NYU, 21 years old. So I'm reading the nursery school report card, and it's like, Lisa's favorite thing to do is arrange the classroom like a movie theater and seat everybody and serve them popcorn and tell them what they're watching on screen. This is age 4.
Lisa's favorite thing.
I was a director. And and then I forgot about it for 17 years. And it's like reading that was just like mind blown.
Wow.
Like that I was that kid with that love, and it got buried.
Yeah.
So like, what else is it?
Yeah. What is there? Wait,
so,
one second. Grant, that's like beeping.
It's fine.
Okay. We'll take that part out. Okay.
Yeah, so that
I don't hear anything through here. Well, let's take that back to
okay.
why you asked the question.
But it's blinking.
It's fine.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay.
We'll still have another 20 minutes.
Okay, I've never seen it do that. Okay. No.
We'll try your word. Yeah, just we've been rolling for 30 and we had another 20.
Okay. I'll just say, okay, now it's not blinking. Okay. So what else do you think could be
down there
that for your 3 and 4-year-old self? I mean, you didn't even know that you were setting up movies and directing at 4 years old, that your teacher wrote that.
No. Well, that's where my curiosity is now. Like, okay, what else? Like, what else? And in order to find out, like, I have to connect with that 4-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to literally ask her. And that's what rainbow healing is. And it's amazing. One of my favorite stories about it is, a woman was kind of midlife, mid-career, and she wanted to make a total change. And she's like, but I don't know what, I have these skills, I have this, da, da, da. And I just had this instinct talking to her. I was like, well, what did you want to do when you were little? And she's like, I don't know. Like, well, let's pick an age, and she had a traumatic event happen when she was 12. And so we kind of went back to that age.
Before 12?
But she was 12 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So generally these things are between 3 and 12, or sometimes 14 in my experience so far. And we were able to like connect with that version of her. And I said, well, why don't you ask her what she wants to do?
Oh.
And she was like, well, she wants to be a soccer player. I'm like, I mean, women's soccer is like blowing up. I mean, my business coach is an investor in like multiple women's soccer teams.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to work in women's soccer? Like, do it.
It's happening.
It's all over the place. And I have a connection to someone, and you've got connections. She's, British Liverpool fan. I was like, I know soccer people. So it was like this thing that it just seemed like, oh, I'm too old to start a playing soccer career. It's like, yeah, but you're not too old to be all day, every day in the world of soccer, which is what you love.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And that's like, that's kind of the magic.
I love that. Yeah.
I love like being
like a light bulb. That's like, that helps
see that.
That helps.
Like,
that's getting people their new clicks.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like.
Yeah. And it makes sense that, a career you've been doing for 30 years, you might want to shift. Like, of course, it's not like a failure. It's like, dude, you've been doing that for 30 years. Like, yeah, let's go.
Why would it not?
Soccer.
Yeah, it's not a failure. Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, I was with someone last night, and she's 76 and she's in real estate and done it for 30 years. And she was like, yeah, I'm working on a play now. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm producing a play. I'll let you know about it. And I was like, I love you so much, because everybody loves to tell me I'm doing too much. How could you have a podcast? How could you be in real estate? How could you write a book? I'm like, because I am very busy. Okay. I don't drink anymore. I was like, I used to be
I freed up a lot of time.
Yeah, I was like, I used to be in a blackout. Okay. So I got some time. I'm not at a bar. Like, I could do some other things. But I was like, I love her. She's 76. She's like, oh, yeah, it'll come out. I'll invite you. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, I live for you.
Yeah. But you also, you have energy that is just extraordinary.
I have a lot.
But it's like you refuel by being like positron,
Positron.
You don't need to like go take a nap.
No,
like, most of us need to take a nap.
If I don't have like 30 texts or 75 texts after this hour episode, then I'll be like, oh my God, I'm a loser. What happened? Where's everybody? Is everybody okay? Like, what happened to me? I'm like, I guess I gotta start another business.
But that's, the frequency you're on is so high.
Frequency.
It is. No, but I say that with total like admiration and respect.
Oh.
I'm definitely not on that frequency, but I've gotten, since knowing you,
yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm coming up.
Oh, we bring everybody up.
You're bringing me closer.
High vibes only. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
true.
My limiting belief that like I need so much rest and so much recharge. And I'm like, do I? Or can I go do a podcast?
Should I just take a shot of coffee like Shelton?
Can I drink a coffee and do a podcast and then go do another thing after I did a hike this morning with my dog? It's my mom's birthday, so we did that, honor my mom.
So
it's like, it doesn't have to be only one thing every day, which was kind of my aunt's way.
That's what I like. We started out talking about you're a slasher and you're doing this and that. And it's like, it's good. It's fine. It's energy. And also, my thing I say a lot, I say two things all the time. I say, done is better than perfect. And we talk about that a lot. And then I say, business begets business.
Yes.
So it's like, that's why I even tell the girls on my team, I'm like, wax on, wax off. You're calling somebody over here and then you get a phone call for someone to list your house over here.
Yeah.
But it's not like you were calling that person. Yeah. You were calling 5 other people over here, or just checking in, or making sure, checking on your charity, or whatever. It's just like activity and being in the world. Yeah.
There's that book, Happy Money by Ken Honda, that I love. And it at the end of it, he sort of acknowledges like, all right, everybody wants like a solution to their problem. So it's like, if the problem is my bank account isn't what I want it to be, the solution is get out into the world more.
Oh, yes.
And you've taught me that, like the power of showing up and just also like connecting in person.
Yes.
I love an in-person event.
Well,
so much more. Yes.
Yes. You've been very helpful and always showing up to my Wilder Women events.
Yeah. Well, because I love them. And I go to another one that's similar, but more of a startup VC world. But I think there's like nothing like the power of a room full of women who are all doing business and businesses. I love it when everyone introduces themselves, because it's like, that's a career.
Yeah.
That's a business. I didn't even.
Oh, yeah. We
Are
have to
some of them, you're like, what? You do
interesting
what?
people. I was like, I didn't even know that was real. Like, what do you mean you do that? That's
Yeah.
so cool. I love it. Like, I'll probably need that next week.
Yeah.
You know, and then we all do need that. We all help each other. It's yeah, and talk about energy. It's
Yeah.
like it vibrates.
Yeah.
When we're at the events.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and people get really fulfilled and lifted up, and no one is ever, you know, judging each other. It's very sweet. I don't know. You're so supportive. Thanks for always
Well, I
coming.
love it. And
Yeah.
by the way, it's at 9 a.m. So it's no joke. 9 a.m. in Los Angeles, and
Yeah.
the room is full.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. I mean, because I'm already up at 5,
Yeah, oh,
so
yeah.
at like 9 is.
She's already worked out, done
Yeah, I'm like,
17 things.
Sharice's already done my hair. Like, we're fine here. Yeah. So we're up, and then I wanted it to be not happy hour because I don't drink, but also because like I love coffee and like the whole breakfast situation and getting everybody together. But it feels really good. And actually, Lisa is the one that inspired me because I've done it for 3 years, and then we're moving towards going to it being, you know, an invite only kind of like paid
Membership.
paid membership, because it's kind of been a membership, but it's been loosey-goosey. It's just been hard to manage it all. And you even do it because you're hosting an event, and it is so much extra work that it became, I was always like, it's for fun and for free. It's for fun and for free. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it became not fun because it was, I mean, it's always fun when you're there, but like the
admin
and getting it ready, it's like, I need someone there. And so we're going to put it on this platform called School that you introduced me to.
Yeah. If you haven't heard of it, you will. SKOOL.
Yes. And I love learning about new things. Yeah. And that's why I think we've always connected so much, because we're always like, what the fuck else? Like what's going on? Tell me what that is. And I'm never like, no. I'm like, tell me what that is. Let me see it. I want to hear about it. And literally, I think you told me about it, and I just signed up.
I showed it to you on my phone,
and I signed up the next day. And then she was like, "Oh, you signed up." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not using it yet, but I'm on there." She's like, "Oh, okay, cool." So, because I just like, I always want to know what's the next cool thing that's happening. Yeah. And I, you know, it's going to be magical. It's going to be in one place, and all the women can be there, and you can search each other up, and contact each other, and get ready. Wilder Women's coming there.
Yeah. Well, and it's like even that, like, Arlen Hamilton.
That's
introduced me to it. But how did I get to Arlen? I got invited to her live event by the CEO of Seed and Spark, which was the startup crowdfunding platform at the time that I crowdfunded 37 Problems on.
That you did, because I remember you just said that.
Yeah, and she invited me, and I was like, who's this lady? I read her books, and then all of a sudden I'm paying to join her school community, and she's got like 15 of them. I don't know how many she has, but it's such a great, it's another amazing group of women entrepreneurs, men and women, but mostly women. Yeah. And I love it.
I just believe in it. You know, Grant's our, you know, one guy that's allowed, you know, in the group, but I love female entrepreneurs, and that's why I want us to always be together, help each other. It's just so supportive. It's such a great community.
I went to Wilder Women last year and happened to say, Shelton said something about tennis, and I was like, oh, I want to start playing tennis again. I haven't played in 20 years. And suddenly her like fingers are clicking, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm gonna give us a reservation, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I haven't played. And she goes, well, what's the problem? I go, I don't have a racket. She's like, I got a racket. Like, I don't have shoes. I got shoes.
I got some shoes.
And I was like, well, what do I wear? She's like, you can wear whatever you want. And suddenly I'm playing tennis 12 hours later.
You're back in.
Yeah. Yeah. And that has been like such a joy. Speaking of childhood loves that you've left behind.
That you bring back. That exactly. My tennis is like, it's everything. So
But you just made it happen in like 30 seconds of tapping.
I like to make it happen.
Well, and when someone makes it happen, then it's like, am I really going to say no?
No.
Say no to playing tennis with her tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Like, I don't want to be that person.
No,
you gotta
show up. Yeah. That's what we're hearing here. Is this what we're doing? And so how can everybody reach you and talk to you or connect with you, or what's kind of your next step? What you would want, you know, people to reach out for, like for either coaching, for your film,
the healing,
all the things. Yeah.
Yes, if you would like to invest in an independent film or be a part of one as an investor or something else, please reach out.
Yeah.
Coaching wise, if you have a story you've been dying to tell, I would love to hear about it and help you or refer you to someone else or a class. And then rainbow healing wise, if that spoke to you, let's talk, because I really think it doesn't speak to everybody, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a particular kind of stuck energy that I can help with, and
To pull it through.
yeah.
I love that.
And do I say my Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Simple. Lisa Ebersole, at Lisa Ebersole on Instagram. And my coaching site is lisaebersole.net if you want to see specifics about that.
Yeah.
But Instagram gets it all.
Yeah. And DM.
Yeah, exactly.
Live
That's
and
the
then-
easiest thing.
I
Yeah.
love that. And then if you love this episode and want to see other amazing guests too, like Lisa, you can like and subscribe. And it's just been so great.
I am so honored to be here. I was so excited.
Yes. Okay. Well, love you. Thanks for coming. Okay. Bye, guys. I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder.